that contributed to the radicalization of society, which leads to the belief of a large part of the population that this scheme can govern. The important thing was that we were able to integrate the ideological realization and social availability that arose as a result of the memorandum policy into a progressive channel. Such a reason catapulted the polling rate of Syriza, that was a party of 4.6% in 2009, to the main opposition party. According to the results of the national elections of 2009, Syriza was a party of 4.6%, as I told you. Out of this percentage, you have to consider that the peace broke off and created a new political configuration which took part in the elections of 2012 and now is the smallest party of the governing coalition. In the elections of May 2012, Syriza EKM was the second party at the ranking with a rate of 16.78% versus the Party of New Democracy that took 18.85%. In the runoff elections in June, Syriza received the amazing rate of 27%, 26.90%, versus 19.60% received by the Party of New Democracy. The results of the other parties of June 2012 were PASOK 12.3%, Independent Greeks 7%, Golden Dawn 6.9%, Democratic Left 6.25%, and the Communist Party 4.50%. Today's opinion polls highlight that the first party is Syriza Común, without meaning that New Democracy does not maintain its forces, while the other two coalition partners are constantly shrinking because of the fact that is PASOK and Democratic Left, the two other coalition partners, are constantly shrinking because of the fact that they are forced to support almost uncritically neoliberal policies, which was difficult even to imagine in Greece shortly before. The results in the national elections of 2009 was that PASOK, that now took 12%, and the forecast is to go to 6%, is PASOK 44%, New Democracy 33%, Communist Party near to 8%, Laos is a kind of right-wing, extreme right-wing party, 5.6%, and Syriza, 3 years ago, only 3 years ago, 4.6%. So Syriza has, at this critical juncture of Greece, a very important role to play. The role of catalyst of radical social changes, to create the conditions for new, more effective interventions in the productive base, the social relations, and the political superstructure. We must give priority to our social interventions in the organization and the development of a new, massive, and modern trade union movement. There is currently no way to go other than the termination of the memorandum, the last round of looting the people. As we claimed from the beginning, we are in front of a generalized plan of European capitalism that has as a battering ram, and always the always uncontrolled financial industry. Any other proposal today, direct exit, denunciation of the Eurozone and exit from the Eurozone, does not correspond to the historical circumstances as understood by the rational understanding of the left. One does not leave the field of class struggle plundered, embarrassed, and blundered. In today's ruthless competitive world, when you can use the bomb of large financial, structural, and institutional interdependencies to offer salvation and the full program of development for the people, we have to follow this road. Yes. So we have the completed schedule: elections now, new mandate now, deletion of a large part of the debt, negotiate a new loan agreement with a development package. The president of Syriza, Alexis Tsipras, often refers to the example of London Agreement for Germany in 1953, which contains a historical rationalism, and that's why it is irrefutable. The left must first get rid of stereotypes and prejudices, especially at the critical moment that society is experiencing a social neoliberal holocaust. Secondly, to broaden its scope by working with progressive leftist socialist forces that believe in the existence of an alternative, developmental, social, governmental proposal. The left will play its historical role, and it finds the goals and the channels of communication with all those who are threatened by poverty, by social exclusion, by social insecurity and discrimination. If the left is able to communicate with the society, assuring a reliable manner that will enable her to defend the people's right and also to proceed to the reestablishment of the institution and the state itself, then it is certain that both the left and its partners, that are the socialist and progressive forces, will establish the truth rival against capitalist barbarism. Only if we work effectively, moving beyond findings and analysis, we will be sure that we build a modern united Europe where social and political democracy, social and legal culture will ensure the dignity of each human being. We urge all Democrats, all radicals, all socially vulnerable citizens, all genuine socialists, to help us together with other progressive and radical forces to implement a major program of rescue and regeneration of the fatherland. A radical program that will offer real solutions and contribute to the recovery of society. For all the above, Syriza ECOMOU believe that further stay of this government in power that has operated the program for 2.5 years, which has not achieved any of its objectives, multiplies woes of the Greek people facing an unprecedented humanitarian crisis. Proposal of Syriza ECOMOU is an international conference on the debt of all the countries of Southern Europe, which have similar problems to Greece, to devise a unified strategy towards money lenders. As everyone knows, with the IMF prescription, there is no employment, there is no growth, there is no hope. What is required is to stop the policy of austerity and lead to a viable solution for the debt and for development. We are asking for immediate elections so that the democratic left in Greece form, for first time in Greek history, a government